Fantastic Four producer affirms Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four. Since when? Because
That's what I asked.
I was a comic reader, or especially in my youth, but all my life, and I've been alive near 5 decades. So
Well,
since when?
yeah, I want to know
Okay.
since when.
Quit trying to
Grant Curtis, one of the producers on the upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps, affirmed that Sue Storm is the leader of the Fantastic Four in the film. Hmm? How is this? I mean, they all went up in a spaceship, so they're all qualified to be astronauts. But I don't believe that she was ever the leader, nor when they came back down and they had these, abilities. No, that's never been the case.
Yeah, if there's anyone, it'd be Reed Richards. Mr.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that's so it's always been. Curtis stated, if you do go back through the comics, you realize that Sue Storm is arguably the leader of the Fantastic Four because without Sue Storm, everything falls apart. She is literally the invisible woman. Okay, it's like fight breaks out. You can't see me.
Well,
Okay,
the thing
yes.
is,
Okay, look, yes, I understand she has powers beyond that, but the premise, right? The premise.
Yeah.
well,
I mean,
the thing is she's the
Being the
invisible.
glue doesn't necessarily equate to being the leader. Now, I've read. I've never was big into Fantastic Four, but I have seen some of it, and at no point did I see her even being the glue, much less the leader. Okay, yes, I understand. She is the sister to the Human Torch, and she is the wife to the Mr. Fantastic Reed Richards. That in a sense that makes her a glue, but not of the team. Just not in the sense they're speaking of. I guess is what I'm getting at. Not in that sense where she's the great heroine. The girl boss. All such as that.
Well,
yeah.
to me, all she does is she turns invisible, and basically, when she talks, anybody that just wouldn't know she was there because she's invisible would swear they were getting schizophrenia or something.
Well,
I mean,
of course, in the comic, her powers go far beyond that. Like she can put a dome over somebody's head to suffocate them, or she could put up a wall, and well, it don't go much beyond that. But there you go. Okay. Additionally, it was implied that Sue is the main protagonist of the film. This is it has three other people in the Fantastic Four. It has a gender swapped Silver Surfer, and it has a world eater alien Galactus. How is she the main person in the film?
It just doesn't make any sense.
We had the desire to date aesthetically, but in terms of character treatment, we should be front and center. It's like, hey, tell the best story possible. So essentially, what they're saying is, yes, they wanted to set it like it was the '60s, but not in the sense of how people viewed women. Then is what they're trying to say. I think they should have been neutral. They could have hinted at that women got disrespected, but not laid into it or to completely flip it and go woman power. If it wasn't for us women, you'd all be screwed.
Yeah.
yeah. But I think the way the direction they chose to go with this is just all kind of wonky.
I
So
mean,
Edward Alchemy says, I'm much more knowledgeable in X-Men and Spider-Man personally. What little I know of Fantastic Four doesn't support what he said at all. Same here. Same here.
yeah, me too. I was looking forward to seeing the Silver Surfer in the movie, but then I heard it was going to be like one from another dimension where it's a woman or something. And I just,
Oh, they mess it up in so many more ways than just that. That's just the most obvious, immediate, obvious one. Actress Vanessa Kirby, who plays Sue Storm, also discussed the relationship between her and Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. She said, I've never had a male actor as a counterpart who's been so utterly equal and supportive of their relationship. but also the female character opposite of him. I just feel so grateful every day to have an actor like Pedro who is so generous. You know what that means? It means, well, it kind of sounds like he likes to get pegged, but it
Uh,
it means he bows down to feminism and women till his back bends the wrong way.
Yeah.
He bows down so hard he can taste his own ass, I suppose. Whatever. I mean,
well,
kind of like Reed Richards. He stretches so fucking far for feminism and women.
well, I think that actor was wrong for that part to begin with.
Oh, of course he is. I mean, for one, he just didn't fit the part despite his race, but the he's another race swapped. You know.
Yeah.
But to continue, Pascal for his part added, "Get this now. Get this. I love being led in a way. What you may identify as generosity for me, it just isn't. I'm only inspired by, I guess, just powerful women have been the thing that has gotten me through being alive. So to have the opportunity to stand by one, to learn from one, uh, he needs to go change his tampon and douche, is what it sounds like to me, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that is okay. As a gay person, that is the gayest thing
Okay,
I've
listen,
heard in a long time.
I am not gay bashing. I am absolutely not. Uh, I mean, like she just said, as a gay person, uh, it's this utterly, bowing to feminism and worshiping women just for their gender. I know a lot of you worship the female form because you're attracted to it, but this is something different. This is something entirely different that's going on with Pedro. Curtis comments come in the wake of director Matt Shackman, who describes Sue Storm to Empire as essentially a Secretary General of the UN. Huh? What? She's not even. What? What?
Mhm.
I thought she was a scientist.
Yes, he's supposed to be.
Oh, she was. Reed Richards is a scientist for sure. Her, I'm not sure on that, but she was most definitely an astronaut.
Yeah, I think they were all supposed to be scientists. I think taking like readings of radiation in space.
Yeah, I don't think Ben Grimm, the Thing, was an astronaut. The way they play him in the
I think
comics, I don't think he was.
I think he was an engineer up there to help with the more physical stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, that makes sense. He also described her as an inspiring, idealistic leader of what the Fantastic Four represents, as she is in some later comic runs. Now, I've not read these later comic runs, but I wouldn't be surprised the way that Marvel and DC have turned. So, I just don't like the thought of them anymore.
yeah, I don't like
So,
reading comics these days.
seeing men like that is cringe. They are just doing this not to get canceled. No, some actually drink the Kool-Aid. They buy into it. So Kirby also informed Entertainment Weekly that the film would explore gender politics. Surprise!
So it's
I
in the
am so
'60s.
tired.
But it's in the '60s and it explores gender politics.
Okay. Well, I did I don't know if it's went out to daily yet, but I did do a video on the Fantastic Four ending that I had some words on, but this kind of correlates with that. But anyway, I've always been really interested in the mess of femininity. Mess, huh? What? Whatever. And how can you be both? How can you be all the things, not just the tough, invincible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which is itself a superhero act? What?
That is complete and utter
Okay.
Hollywood garbage.
So every animal out there, well, everything that reproduces and pushes something out is a superhero now.
I
How,
guess
how
so.
about how about a mother to a crack addict that just robbed a store and took some people out. How are they a superhero?
I guess so.
Oh my
Okay, look,
goodness.
I know I fully well understand that a woman giving birth is a massive undertaking. But it's not like no men know what this is like, because a man pushing out a kidney stone is equally or more so an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just aggravates the shit out of me every time I hear these Hollywood actors and actresses say stuff like this, because they know damn well they don't really think like that. They're just doing it for the camera and to promote the movie.
The film is also sex swapped Silver Surfer with actress Julia Garner playing the character. And yes, we all know about this, and I'm sure we all have feelings on this.
I know.
Okay. Edward Alchemy says to Midnight Ladybug, I love strong women myself, but guys like him take that way too far. I call them cucks. And that is a great word. That is a great fitting word. Yes. I mean, I suppose you can use that as a kind of umbrella word, because there's so many words that can be applied to it.
Yeah.
Okay. As for her character, Shalabal, which the male Silver Surfer, the real one, is Nora Rad, unless I'm mistaken. Shalabal, she shared, she is the herald of Galactus, so she works for Galactus, but you're not sure where she stands. Does she stand with her boss, or is she just doing what she's told? In the original story, Nora Rad, unless I have the name wrong, but he had his memory wiped. All he knew was Galactus and being told what to do. The separation came when Galactus banished him to Earth. In this, it makes it sound like no big man's gonna tell me what to do. That's the way it feels.
Yeah. It's like they're taking.
Silver Surfer, yeah. Realize this, crash to Earth. That's the end. You see the shockwave coming. Okay.
It's like they're.
She would implode like a neutron star.
To me, it feels like they're gonna take away all the main story parts from the comics and just make it all about women.
Yes, they're taking away all the essential building blocks that make the Fantastic Four what it is, and go, we're gonna put a chick in it and make her lame and gay. Actually, let me bring that clip up. I know I got it somewhere here.
We found the crack. That's the important thing. Now, how do we make it bigger?
Put a wedge in it and force it open.
Put a chick in it and make her name it gay.
That's what they have done.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the truth.
Okay.
But I honestly think they have forgotten how to create good stories. They have forgotten how to write good stories. Their whole industry now is going on the fact that they can take any story they want and change it up and throw it out there, and people will pay to see it. That's it. They can't write good stories anymore. They've forgotten how. They've forgotten the art.
I think there's good writers out there, but the higher ups don't want them to make their own theme. They want to push their own message out.
Well, I read a lot every day, and I don't know if I'll cover any of these stories that I'm speaking on, but I run into a lot of stories where this is what we were wanting to do, and we were trying to forward this thing, we were trying to improve and put it out there, but they wouldn't let us. They stopped us, then they banned us, then they blackmailed us, and then they stopped any mention of anything to do with it. They block it just like scorched earth. There will be no thought of it. There will be no speak of it. There will not be it ever. It's our way and only our way. That's the way so many things that I've read over is essentially that.